Evening, everybody, and welcome to week one of the Home Team Friday Countdown. Every Thursday night of the season, we will break down three of the biggest games on the schedule. It's great to have the countdown back. And let me tell you, we have three dandies to get us started. Tonight's games are a couple of big SIAC games. Jasper is on the road at Memorial. Both those teams are talking conference championships. North travels to Castle, two more conference contenders. And in Kentucky, how about this? State powers colliding in week one. Louisville St. X will be traveling to Rash Stadium to take on Owensboro. Of course, the Red Devils are fresh off of that trip to the 5A state championship game last year. Three big games to talk about tonight. All right, let's bring in the guys for the first time this year. Blake Sandlin from the Journal Democrat, the voice of Bosse Field, our good friend Zane Clodfelter. Zane, as always, good to see you. Thanks for helping us out once again this year. Glad to have you back. All right, let's start in the SIAC now. Two teams with conference championship hopes and both legit contenders. It is Jasper at Memorial. Blake, get us started with the Wildcats.
Yeah, we are starting off on a good note. It's great to finally be back. Last year was my first year covering this, and year two is bound to be even better. But a great game to start. Jasper came out on top against Memorial in last year's opener. 14-3 was the final there. But things are a bit different for the Wildcats this season. Quarterback Blake Mann has graduated, and senior Will Winesapple will take his place under center. Mann was a big part of the offense last year, so Winesapple will need to step up big time in this one. Fortunately for Jasper, they have a blueprint for a win. The defense was huge in last year's win. They turned the Tigers over and controlled time of possession. If Jasper can make this game ugly and get to Memorial's first-year quarterback, they can pull off another win.
Well, Blake John Hurley must be thrilled knowing he has 20 starters back from a team that won 8 straight last year. Look for the Tigers to be a major factor in the SIAC race offensively. You have rushers Josh Russell, Xavier Tyler back, along with talented receivers like Dominic Norman, Leo Collins, and Connor Agler. The only question for Memorial, the quarterback position. Colton Pence graduated. We'll look for Caleb Elsperman to be the guy early for the Tigers.
My goodness, 20 starters back from a team that was red hot at the end of the year last year. John Hurley got to be loving that. You're exactly right, Zane. All right, let's stay in the SIAC now. My goodness, how good is this conference, especially at the top? North travels to Castle. Of course, the Knights went to semi-state last year. They think they have the talent to do so again this year. Meanwhile, North is building, looking to take the next step. They got off to a red-hot start last year and then kind of struggled down the stretch. Zane, you have the Huskies.
No, North Randall opened last season with a 14-7 victory over Castle, starting the year 5-0, but then lost 5-0. They couldn't maintain the momentum. If the Huskies want to contend for an SIAC title, they'll need some reliable consistency from their quarterback position in terms of Brady Hankins, who threw for 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns in 2020, along with skilled players TJ Hankins, Jalen Mitchell, and Cameron Gilhausen. They're trying to give North their first winning season since 2007, Randall.
Well, this Castle defense would like a word, Zane. The Knights were ranked 7th in the state in scoring defense last year, and many of those players will return this season. But let's not forget about the offense. Peyton Grazzini could be the best player in the SIAC this year in his junior season. 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns in 2020. Look for him, more from him and his quarterback, Peyton Tilley. He's back for his junior season as well. Castle could be one of the most complete teams in the conference. We'll find out a lot tomorrow night.
Of course, it is our first week, so Ethan Brody was a quarterback.
Yes.
You're looking for
My bad, Randall. My bad.
First mistake of the year.
Free
That's
pass.
all right. You're a pro, so it's
early for everybody.
All right, let's head to the Bluegrass State now for our final game. And what a way to start the season for Owensboro. As I said, fresh off of last season's trip to the 5A state championship game. Rutgers bound, Gavin Wibsit and the Red Devils host state power Louisville St. X. Blake, get us started with the Tigers. I mean, this is a nationally ranked team most years.
Yeah, this is a huge team coming in from Louisville. This will likely be the biggest test of the year for the Owensboro Red Devils. The Tigers made it all the way to the state semifinals last year, even with quarterback troubles. They've got 7 starters back on defense for a team that held opponents to 15 points per game last year. St. X is very inexperienced in the secondary, though. Expect Gavin Wimsatt to take some shots and put them to the test. Tigers are also very young on the offensive line. The Red Devils will need to capitalize on that youth. They hope to pull out a win.
Before Gavin Wimsatt heads to New Jersey to take on those challenging defense from the Buckeyes and Hoosiers, he'll get one last crack at winning a state title, as the Red Devils fell just a little bit short in the Class 5A championship a year ago. Going 12-1 last year, he threw for 26 touchdowns, had over 2,000 yards passing. His completion percentage of almost 60% is even more impressive, and he'll need every bit of that accuracy if the Red Devils want to keep it with St. X.
Guys, as always, thanks much. It's going to be a great Friday night. We'll see you guys on the football field. Eyewitness News at 9. We'll be right back after this.